Hey everyone, Jason Scott here again, the BGSU Bass Club. You know, the past couple weeks I've done a lot to the boat here. Main thing is I've installed that right there, the HDS 7. And I'm just going to show you today, real quick, it's just a little sort of run through of how I installed everything. You know, it's already in, so I can't really show you step by step. But, you know, I've had a lot of people asking about how to install stuff. You know, I work at Bass Pro Shops in the Marine Department. And that's a big question, you know, with all of our electronics is, hey, how do I install this? You know, what's the easiest way to do it? What's the best way to make it look clean, look like it's professionally done? You know, it's not cheap to have it professionally done, and it's not hard. So you can do it yourself. It just takes a little bit of thinking and how you want to do stuff. Also, you know, nowadays, you know, a lot of people got older boats in the garage, and they're not going to, you know, they're just upgrading stuff. They're putting new electronics, new trolling motor on, instead of buying a new boat, just because it's cheaper to fix the old boat up. So I'll just show you a little bit of how I did this. First off, with the actual unit. If you look, I've got it on a ram mount, obviously. And when I put it on the ram mount, if you can see where I bolted the actual bracket to the ram mount, I used 8 bolts. You know, right here. Right here, I got 8 bolts on there, 4 on each side. You know, most people only put 2 on. I just feel that putting 8 on gives me a lot more security. I know that's not going to come off. You see I've got just pan head bolts there, Phillips head, and I've got a washer on either side, and then a lock washer on the bottom, and as well as a lock nut. So that is not coming off whatsoever. All stainless steel. You know, you gotta have stainless on the water, especially if you're in salt water. You know, I'm in fresh water, but still, you want stainless. So there's the unit. I'm gonna sort of lay this down here and show you. There it's on the ram mount, and here's my cables. These are my power cable and my sonar cable. And it might be a little bit hard to see here, but I've got it in, I don't even know what it's called. It's like electrical tubing. It's that corrugated black tubing that's slit. You can put wires inside. I like to put everything in there. It keeps it nice and neat. You don't have to worry about cables flying around getting caught. It's all right in here. So what that does, that runs in to my front panel here through a clamshell. Now under this clamshell there's a little hole, well, a little hole, it's about a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch hole. I just sort of bored it out there to make it big enough to fit the 2 cables through, and I have a little plastic rubber like insert in there to protect against that aluminum, because that sharp aluminum, I didn't want to cut my cables. So that's under there, and I just got the clamshell on top to keep the water and the elements out. So both the power and the transducer cables go in here. Here's the connectors, obviously. The cables both go in here. Now the power cable is hooked right into the power, right under there. I had power running already up to the front from the power block, from my old Humminbird unit. So I had power. I just snipped those off. I just used 2 like butt connectors where you crimp them down, crimped them together, put heat shrink tubing on them, a little bit of electrical tape. That's in there. Now the transducer cable is a little bit tougher to run. It's a little more complicated. So the transducer cable comes in there from the unit, and I'll give you sort of a wider view here. Then the cable comes up. There's a couple ways to do this. I have a motor guide tour, so the way I do it is that I run the transducer cable, it's under the panel here, and then it comes out here. So here's another clamshell, same thing. The transducer cable comes up, and if you can see my trolling motor, it runs along the mount up here, and then up to the head, and then down to the transducer. That's the way I prefer to do it. I don't like having the cable for the transducer running along the cable, trolling motor cable here, because there's electric cable going through there to power the head, and I think you get a little bit of interference. So I like it to come right out. Once again, more of this corrugated tubing to keep everything nice and neat. And then if you can see, you can't really see, but I've got there's little notches right, see if you can see them at all. Right here, there's little notches cut out here. You can see them a little better in the mount. And then I just have it zip tied, the cable zip tied up to the head, and down. There's a little gap between the mount, and that goes down, like I said, to the head unit, or to the transducer. So that's how I run mine. If you want, you can run it off of the cable here, and up the cable. Like I said, I don't prefer that though. And then the hardest part is just keeping everything straight, and you have to leave enough give here So when you pull the trolling motor up and down, because when this mount comes up, it folds up and then lays back down back here, you got to have room for that cable to flex, and then you got to have room where the tubes of the trolling motor actually spin. And it turns, you got to have room for that to spin there without pinching any wires off. So that's sort of how I got everything run. Obviously the pedal I got bolted down here. I'm probably a couple months I'm going to be getting a recessed tray for that. You know, make things a little bit easier in my back. But anyway, one more quick overview from the HDS unit. Power and transducer into here. Power goes in the power block. Transducer cable comes up here, out here, down to the transducer, up the trolling motor mount. So that's how things are up here. Hope that helps. If you guys have any questions about running this stuff, you know, I mounted this trolling motor up here too. It had a little old cheapo motor guide, so I put the trolling motor on by myself too. So if you have any questions with electronics, trolling motor, by all means head to your local Bass Pro Shops. They know a lot. Or you can get a hold of me through Facebook, Jason Scott. I'm through on the BGSU Bass Club page, facebook.com/BGSU Fishing. Or you can just shoot me an email at jasonscottfishing@yahoo.com. Like I said, any questions on any of this stuff, just let me know. I should be able to help you the best I can. So thanks again for watching, and good luck fishing, guys, and get all your stuff rigged up okay. And like I said, any questions, let me know.